Hello and welcome to Close to the Edge, where we talk about all things prog rock, classic rock, heavy rock, and maybe even a sticker rock. You never know. Stick around. Anyway, today I'm going to do a top 10 ranking of one of the greats of prog and space rock, Eloy, the German band, formed in 1969 by Frank Borman, the ever-present guitarist who's on every album. He is Eloy. These are a brilliant, underrated band. And the albums that I haven't in my top 10, I'm not saying they're bad albums. They're all very good albums. It's just I have to pick a top 10. And I'm going to start now. My first one is, I can't find a copy of it, is Inside, released in 1973. It's their second album. And I think I might have a picture of it on my phone. Give me one little second here now and we see. And I have it here. I hope you can see that. Throw it up to the camera there. That's Inside. Absolutely an excellent album. An 8.5 out of 10. The first album was more like Black Sabbath. This one is more like Deep Purple, actually. A lot of keyboard, a lot of Hammond organ on this. It's a really excellent album. If you haven't heard this album, go and check it out. That's my number 10. My number 9 is their 1984 Metromania, with the Rodney Matthews cover. I hope you can see that. I'm going to put it up to the camera. This album is an excellent album. Again, I give this an 8.5 out of 10. It's very 80s sounding now, I have to say. A lot of keyboards, not a whole lot of guitar on it now, if I'm being honest. And a lot of people think his singing, they don't like his singing. But you must remember, he's a German singing English lyrics. So it's going to sound a little bit different. And I actually like it. I think he's an excellent vocalist, Frank Borman. Absolutely excellent. And this album is an excellent album. And my favourite track on this album, go and check this one out, is Follow the Light. It's absolutely haunting keyboards on this. It's absolutely brilliant. And he has a female singer on this as well. And she's excellent. But that's my number 9, Metromania. My number 8 is the 1975 Power and Passion. This is the first of a 2-part concept. They were having trouble at the time with this, with management. And Frank, I was reading an interview that he did, and he said that it wasn't great in the studio when they're making this. But still, it's an excellent album, an 8.5 out of 10. But there's something not right, he said. So he split up the band and reformed the band with the next album, the second part of this concept. And EMI went with him because he was under contract to EMI. But anyway, the Power and the Passion, it's the start of their prog, really, prog space rock, really. This is the first one, the start of their journey. But anyway, check that out. My number 8. My number 7 is the 1982 Time to Turn. Now this is a 9 out of 10. Like, my favourite track on this is Behind the Walls of Imagination. It's absolutely superb. Again, 80s sounding, probably brilliant keyboards on it, brilliant guitar on it, brilliant singing, fabulous lyrics. Time to Turn. Another second part of a concept. It was a 2-part concept. We'll get to that one in a minute. My number 6 is the first part of the concept of Time to Turn, called The Planets, released in 1981. And this, again, is absolutely brilliant. And I love On the Verge of Darkening Lights and Point of No Return. They are absolutely amazing. If you haven't heard this album, go and listen to it. And when you listen to this and this, you can see the conceptual idea. He had a 2-part concept. And the conceptual idea is absolutely fantastic. It's about, obviously, the planets, space, the universe. It's absolutely amazing. A 9 out of 10, The Planets. Now, I have 5 more to go. And I'd just like to thank everybody for subscribing to my channel. I'm over 200 subscribers. I know it's small, but still, small steps. Little acorns, as they say. And everyone who has commented and liked my videos, I really do appreciate it. And if you're watching this and you like what you see, and you like some of my other videos, just take a second, subscribe and like. That's all I'm asking. Okay? Thank you very much anyway for everyone who has done so far. Anyway, up to the top 5, and these are all 10 out of 10. Very hard to choose one, but I had to choose one for this. It's Floating, released in 1974. This is absolutely stunning. This is like a mixture of Deep Purple, Uriah Heep, throw a bit of Tangerine Dream in there, and it's absolutely brilliant. It's not quite yet prog yet or space rock. It's brilliant Hammond playing on this, and I have to say it's absolutely brilliant. And my favourite track on this is Madhouse. It's absolutely stunning track, but the whole album is brilliant. Go and check out Floating. Brilliant. My number 4 is the 1980 album Colours, with a fantastic cover on it, as you can see there. This is absolutely amazing. Now, I did touch on this album on my last video of first albums of the 1980s, and I highly recommend you go and listen to Child Migration track 5 on either Spotify, YouTube, or go out and buy the album. It's just one of the best riffs you'll ever hear in rock music. Simple riff, but absolutely stunning. Anyway, that's my number 4. Now my top 3. A lot of people think this album is their masterpiece. This is Ocean, released in 1977. It's absolutely brilliant again. This is just an unbelievable. There's only 4 tracks on this album, and it's another concept album. Nearly all his albums are nearly concepts, but this is absolutely brilliant. People think this is the de facto in Eloy. It's a 10 out of 10 for me. It's an absolutely amazing album. Again, go and check this one out. My number 2 is the second part of the concept from Power and the Passion, is Dawn. And again, this is just unbelievable. It's so unique. You hear Eloy and you know straight away that's different. His singing is different. Yeah, a lot of people think they sound a bit like Pink Floyd, which they can do, and Tangerine Dream, Deep Purple. Influenced by a lot of English bands. But Dawn, my number 2. But my number 1 is Silent Cries and Mighty Echoes, the last album they released in 1979. In the 1970s. What a brilliant... This is a masterpiece. Now, a lot of people think the first track, Astral Entrance, sounds a bit like Shine On Your Crazy Diamond off of Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. And it can do. Honestly, it can sound like it, because he is influenced by Pink Floyd. There's no two ways about it. And Tangerine Dream. But then you have Master of Sensation. It's unbelievable. My favourite track on the album is Pilot to Paradise, and the last track, Mighty Echoes. Like, if you haven't heard of them, go and check all these albums out. Check them on either whatever you stream, YouTube, they're all out there. And go and buy them then. Help support the band. Because these are unbelievable. This is an unbelievable album. 10 out of 10. Anyway, that's it. And I hope you liked the video. What would you think? If you've heard of Eloy, and if you haven't heard of him, I'd like to hear what you think of him when you have heard of him. Okay? Anyway, that's all from me. Nice, short, quick video on the German prog band stroke space rock Eloy. One of the most underrated bands ever in music. They should have been huge. Absolutely huge they should have been. Bit like Gentle Giant. Anyway, hope you liked the video, and whatever you're doing, stay safe and have a nice day wherever you are, and I'll talk to you very, very soon here on Close to the Edge. And bye bye.